All right, guys, in this video, we have some next-gen news to go over and discuss. I wanted to make sure to get this video out today rather than having to wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow I expect to receive my PlayStation 5 in the mail, and so there will be some different flavors of content on offer, if you will. But we have a lot of really interesting things to go over and discuss in this video. If you could do me a favor, if you do end up enjoying it, make sure you hit that like button. Really helps it out. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, and hit the bell notification icon as well. But the first thing we're starting off with is Insomniac Games talking about what they achieved with Spider-Man Miles Morales on the PS5 and letting us know that this is just the beginning. They are merely scratching the surface of what will be possible on the PS5. Now, I know we all already kind of know this, but it's nice to hear this kind of reaffirmed, because I think we can all agree that what we're seeing so far on the PS5 from games like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon's Souls, it's already very impressive. So it says here, speaking to IGN, it's Mike Fitzgerald from Insomniac Games. He was talking about this, and he said that they're just scratching the surface of what the PlayStation 5 hardware is capable of. He went on to say that studios are going to have years and years of scraping more and more performance out of the PS5, and they will be able to accomplish things that are crazier and crazier. It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what you can do with hardware like the PS5, said Fitzgerald, that we sort of can take a game model like Spider-Man and make everything really fast. Even the Ratchet & Clank game we're working on is leaning into that a lot. Speaking to the different modes of Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales and the modes that are on offer, Fitzgerald said that it's a positive development because it means we're giving different options for different types of players. Feels like we can serve both of those audiences. We never really offered an option in our games before, right? Every game we've done is sort of locked at 30, but it's nice to lean into that, the different options. So I just wanted to relay these comments to you guys because, again, it is nice to have it reaffirmed that everything we're seeing right now, it's just the beginning, and it's only going to get better. So I'd say 2 to 3 years into the PS5's life cycle, we are going to start to see some absolutely insane things. Now, that doesn't mean that what we're going to get before that isn't going to be good, because clearly it is, but still, exciting stuff there. And I hope that we see this trend continue where we get a performance mode in pretty much every PS5 exclusive. I don't really see how we couldn't get that, considering we're getting it in both Demon's Souls and Spider-Man. But moving on from that, we have to talk about some not so great comments that Phil Spencer made, I believe, yesterday or sometime recently during an interview where he was talking about their lack of a launch lineup this holiday. And so I just want to go over what he said and give my thoughts on it. It says here, Microsoft's head of gaming has said the lack of new first-party Xbox Series X launch titles isn't a major concern because demand for the consoles has far outstripped supply. In an interview with Shack News, Phil Spencer echoed recent comments from senior Xbox marketing director Cindy Walker, who said in September that Microsoft isn't reliant on massive exclusives to drive sales this year. Xbox Series X and S launched today with a lineup missing a new flagship first-party game. The position was meant to be occupied by Halo Infinite before it was delayed to 2021. In contrast, PlayStation 5 launches on November 12th with first-party exclusives including Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure. I know there will be press that will want to write Xbox launch lineup versus PS5 launch lineup, but if they're both sold out completely, I'm not sure the launch lineup had much impact on anything other than maybe some review score, Spencer said. In terms of which new console ships more units this holiday season, Spencer believes the victor will be determined by production capacity. Our pre-orders sold within hours, and that's true of the competition as well. There's a high demand for gaming consoles right now, and we're both going to build as many as we can. So I think the possibility of Halo Infinite launching beside Xbox was more of a brand and heartfelt moment for us than it was critical to the launch. In fact, you could argue that holiday 2021 from a launch lineup is probably more important because from a competitive standpoint, both consoles, knock on wood, will have supply, so there will be a demand constraint rather than a supply constraint in the next year. So there's a few things with Phil's comments here. Look, first off, I can't argue 100% with what he's saying because it is true that both of these consoles are sold out, and I understand what he's trying to say. He's basically just trying to say, why would we worry about how many consoles we're going to sell this holiday if they're already sold out and we don't even know if we're going to have enough to go around over the next couple of months? Sony's in the same position. But I don't like this response from him because, in my opinion, it really shows a terrible mentality, okay? Even if this really is how he felt, I don't think he should have responded this way. What he should have said, in my opinion, now, I'm not a business person, you know, I don't run the Xbox, but if this was me, I would have said, look, I think that our lineup could definitely be better, and we were hoping, as he mentions here, to have Halo Infinite there, but it is, well, I guess as I'm trying to say this out loud, I guess there really is no good way to put it, so in a way, I guess he spun it the way he needed to, but guys, come on, you know what I'm trying to get at here, like, he should not be making it seem as though they're just taking this approach, like they're sitting back like, we don't need any exclusives. We don't need a launch lineup. Why would we have a launch lineup? Like, come on, that to me, that's a little bit of a slap in the face to the hardcore fan base. Like, yes, the hardcore fan base is going to go out there and buy a console no matter what, whether there's a launch game or not. But still, kind of saying it out loud like, oh, we know you're going to eat it up, so we're not even going to bother trying. No. All right. Like, I guess what he should have said is, look, we would have loved to have Halo Infinite at the launch. We feel terrible that it had to get delayed, and we really would have loved to have a stronger launch lineup. But the good news is it doesn't seem to be negatively affecting our sales, but hopefully our 2021 launch lineup will make up for that. Okay. I think that even that right there could have been a slightly better response. There's no way around the fact that Microsoft doesn't have a strong launch lineup or even one at all. And when you look at what Sony's offering, I know people try to downplay games like Sackboy and even Spider-Man for some reason, but come on, Sony has an incredibly strong launch lineup, and you could argue that Sony doesn't need that launch lineup. And all I'm going to say is I'm just glad Sony isn't the one saying this, because if Sony came out here and they didn't have Demon's Souls, Spider-Man, or Sackboy, and a response I read from Jim Ryan was, well, you know, the demand is so high, we don't even have enough supply to meet that demand, so we're not really worried about a launch lineup. I'd be furious. Honestly, I would be, because I'd be like, are you kidding me? And so I think about what I'm most excited about with the PS5 coming tomorrow. It's to play Demon's Souls. It's to play Spider-Man. And yeah, I'm going to be playing some multi-platform games, but those are the games that are really driving it for me. And so I just imagine this scenario if it was flipped around and these games weren't coming till sometime later next year, and this was the response Sony gave, I'd be like, I don't even know if I need a PS5 right now, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I know I said that we had a lot of different topics to go over and discuss in this particular video, but I am going to have to cut it a little bit short. I'm going to save those topics for a separate video because I think there's more information coming out about them. So if you did enjoy it, leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.